I don't find it's a city that's particularly good for walking around.
Especially when you get out of KL, it can be a little less modern feeling, a little less clean some places.
It's laid back, but you can feel like the Asian city vibes. So it's really cool.
Got stuck there with the bus.
Okay.
I think it's like an issue in Malaysia.
I am back in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and in this video I'm talking to a bunch of people to find out what the pros and the cons are of being in Malaysia right now. Why do people choose to be in Malaysia? But most of all, what should you be aware of before you book your flights to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia?
I was born in France, I was raised in Spain, and I lived in many different countries. I've been here almost 2 weeks in Kuala Lumpur, and I'm going to stay for 3 months.
You've been traveling a little bit in Malaysia?
I'm going to start. We landed in Kuala Lumpur, and then we're going to make our way up.
How do you like Kuala Lumpur?
I think it's a quite fascinating city. I mean, I know a lot of European capitals and big cities, you know, Madrid, Paris, Barcelona, Vienna. I wouldn't say it's the most beautiful city I've been to, but there's something about it.
What are the best things about Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia?
The technology, the innovation, how everything is really structured and organized.
Okay.
It's a capital city, but you don't have the feeling you're in a big city. Like London for me is horrific. I can't be in London for more than 3 days. But I don't feel that here yet.
Okay. So what is it? Because I try to give a good picture about what it is like to be here. What are the biggest pros?
It's very diverse. You can find anything you want. It's just really hard to explain. There's like everything you need, everything you want, and all the stuff that you don't need and you don't want, you can also have.
So is there something that you don't like so much? Like the cons? What are the biggest cons about Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia?
I don't find it's a city that's particularly good for walking around.
Ah, okay.
Sometimes when you look at somewhere, you're thinking, this is just there, but you have to go all the way around because you have motorways pretty much across the city.
Yeah.
And having to navigate yourself around that is one, is not always obvious, and two, it can add like what would be a 5 or 10 minute walk ends up being half an hour walk.
True, yeah, I do agree with that. So what do you recommend?
Just walk, man, just take it in and walk. At least you get to see the sides you wouldn't normally see. And it's always an eye-opener, because when you walk, you don't just see A and B, you see the in-between as well. I find that sometimes more interesting, because you'll walk past a place that you would not have seen otherwise, and sometimes it's better than where you want it to go.
Gotcha.
So,
Hey, I interviewed a blonde lady not too long ago here in Kuala Lumpur as well, and she didn't feel 100% safe during the nighttime. How do you experience the safety over here?
So at night, I go out with my husband. Yeah. I wouldn't go out at night on my own. Okay. But that's just me. That's just something I do. I never.
Like anywhere you.
Yeah, anywhere I am. Okay. That's what I do. During the day, I don't know. I walk around. I don't feel. I just do my thing. Yeah. I always keep an eye out. You never know. It is a big city, but I don't feel uncomfortable. At night time, I don't think it would be a problem if you stick to the main roads and to where people are, and you don't walk around at 4 a.m.
How about the food?
For me, I'm vegan, so I don't eat meat. Forget all the street food.
Yeah. Okay.
That's 100% meat. But there are some really nice places, cafes, little restaurants, even Japanese vegan I found that was delicious.
Okay.
So yeah, you do have stuff.
Yeah.
But I think for meat eaters, it's paradise.
Yeah. I can underline that.
Like, I used to eat meat, of course, years ago. But for meat eaters, for sure, it's great.
You've been living around the world, I think, right?
At the moment, we sold everything.
No way.
We packed our stuff. We took a flight to Reunion Island. Do you know?
No, I don't.
Outside, just east of Madagascar.
Okay.
We were there for 3 months. Then we moved to Mauritius. From Mauritius, we came here. So we're just staying as long as we can.
And how do you like KL compared to the rest of the world? So you mentioned Barcelona and other places.
I prefer it to. The only thing is that I don't find that there's a beach, or it's not so easy to get to the coast. Okay. I'm just a beach girl. I grew up by the coast. I grew up by the ocean. That's the only thing. But no, I do actually prefer it because of the diversity that you find here. You don't find that kind of diversity in Barcelona or Madrid. Here there's really like, I don't want to say that other cities don't have rich culture, but it is very different because it's Asia. It's not Yeah.
The whole world is coming together here in Kuala Lumpur, I find.
Exactly. Whereas for you, what's Amsterdam like? It's just one thing, really.
Amsterdam is a little bit similar, but here you've got more Middle Eastern people, I would say. Like, Okay.
Makes it interesting.
Yeah, very.
All the different cultures, the different temples. It just exposes you to the side of the world that we as Europeans are not really in touch with.
Can you imagine that people maybe don't like it because of this?
Probably.
Yeah.
No, probably some. I know my neighbour in Scotland, when I said to him I was going to Asia, he was like, I would not go there. So.
This is my 5th time. I've been here not quite 3 months yet. It's time to leave for that time. So.
Because the 3 months is like the maximum. Gotcha. What are the pros of Malaysia?
Easy infrastructure, easy to get around, good healthcare, language, at least for me. English is easy to use.
Healthcare you're talking about. I know quite a few Americans are going to Thailand. Why do you choose Malaysia to go to?
Just because, again, the English is easier to communicate with the doctors. The healthcare kind of is pretty similar. And it's kind of important to be able to communicate to the doctors.
Gotcha.
Some of the food is nice, not too healthy, but it's very, very tasty.
And how about the cons, the negative parts of being in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia?
Kuala Lumpur in particular, it's just very busy. I tend to like quieter, so I will go into other parts of Malaysia when I can, but it's just, again, the healthcare is really right here in KL.
What's your favorite place in Malaysia?
Probably Langkawi.
And healthcare there is limited, you would say?
Well, it's more concentrated here as far as the good quality. If you like different cultures coming together for different food, I mean, you've got a lot of the Indian culture, you've got a lot of the local Malay culture, a lot of Chinese culture. So it's kind of the center of a lot of those cultures for food, or just attitude. And here you got Chinatown, and not too far up, not too down, you got Brickfields, which is a very Indian-focused place, and so it's very easy to go from kind of mini culture to mini culture, and you're right, you don't have to go too far.
And other things that people should be aware of before they come to Malaysia, something that maybe will disappoint them if they're not aware of that.
Especially when you get out of KL, it can be a little less modern feeling, a little less clean some places. Walking around in KL, although they have the covered walking, walking people, the cars are a little bit difficult to dodge. It's not as bad as Vietnam, but they're pretty difficult to dodge.
They're driving quite fast here, right?
So you have to watch yourself in that sense. You can't just walk down the street and point and look. So.
Yeah, someone else pointed out that the crosswalks as well, they're not really doing anything. You have to be really careful.
No, you just sometimes it takes a while to get the lights to change for people, pedestrians. So it's not particularly pedestrian friendly, but you do have a good metro system.
In Southeast Asia, would you say there's a better country than Malaysia?
I'm starting to like Vietnam a little better as the infrastructure grows.
Okay.
Because it's less expensive. It's more because the agriculture is all palm trees and palm oil. Yeah. You don't end up with a lot of good agriculture. Malaysia imports a lot of its fruits and vegetables. Vegetables are a little more expensive here. You might not notice that if you're coming in vacation-wise, but for me, I notice that when I cook here.
So you stopped here for 2 days.
Sure, yeah.
How did you find it over here?
I really like it.
Yeah.
It's chilled, it's laid back, but you can feel like the Asian city vibes. So it's really cool. Especially Chinatown is full of like art and like little corners to explore. It's really nice.
Is that where you're staying?
Yeah, I'm just staying around the corner. Yeah.
And you've been exploring now, and we're actually basically looking for the pros and cons of Malaysia, or Kuala Lumpur then. So you haven't been exploring Malaysia other than KL, right?
Oh, yeah, no.
So what are the pros, let's say, the best things about Kuala Lumpur you've experienced so far?
Well, after 2 days, that's very difficult to say, but just the food, I guess.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I joined like a walking tour, and the guide was saying like, you can cover like Kuala Lumpur in 2-3 days. You see the events, but if you want to like cover the food in Malaysia, you'll need your whole life, and I think it's true.
Yeah.
So I think the food is amazing. Yeah.
How about the downsides? Have you experienced anything that was not so pleasant?
No, not really. I've also been traveling a lot, so there's been places that are much more difficult. For example, Bangladesh, when you're in Dhaka, it's much more stressful. Public traffic. public transport, and traffic is like worse. I feel like Kuala Lumpur is pretty chill.
Have you been traveling with public transport?
Yeah, all the time. Well, mainly the trains, so yeah, that's super easy. Buses, I don't know, seems to be a little more complicated.
Did Kuala Lumpur match your expectations?
It does, yeah.
Feeling safe here?
Pretty much, yeah.
Traveling solo?
Yeah, traveling solo, yeah. Yeah, I was in Indonesia before and I also felt pretty safe. But yeah, Kuala Lumpur as a city, I also feel safe, yeah. Nothing negative, like seriously, I don't know. I mean, it's been only 2 days. Sometimes, you know, you need a bit longer to maybe find the like minuses or whatever. But yeah, like everything was pretty good these days, yeah.
Anything else that people should see other than the food tour and food?
I would recommend visiting the different religious sites. So I think there's a really nice Hindu temple. There's a big Buddhist temple a little bit to the south of Chinatown. The National Mosque is very beautiful.
Okay.
So yeah, I think, because I think Malaysia is like really about diversity as well. I think they take pride in diversity coming from independence.
I can imagine that some people do not really or are not really interested in culture, also not really interested in religion or visiting temples, etc. Is Kuala Lumpur still an interesting place to visit, and if so, why?
Well, food, music, people.
Music?
I think there's lots of live music everywhere happening, so yeah.
I've been 7 days in Malaysia, spent 2 days in Kuala Lumpur in the beginning, then 2 days also in Malacca, and also 2 days in Georgetown. I really liked Malacca and Georgetown.
Why did you choose Malaysia in the first place?
I was visiting Sumatra for 3 weeks and decided for the last week to change and see something else. And people I met along the way told me to try Malaysia, so that's why.
Are you traveling alone?
Yeah.
I'm actually looking for the pros and cons about traveling or being in Malaysia right now.
The food is one of the best. It's very diverse. It's very, very good. The history, the culture is pretty unique. There is the Malay culture, the Chinese culture, the Indian culture, a lot of history as well. The cities are really nice.
Are there any cons?
Sometimes when you try to cross the streets, even if there is like a
crosswalk
stripes, the cars they don't care. So you have to be a little bit careful. It's also cheap relatively for the good food. No, I got pretty lucky with the weather. The transportation was also really easy, really nice.
Yeah, okay, like buses, trains?
Buses, were very nice. Trains I didn't try. Around Georgetown they get a lot of traffic. Got stuck there with the bus. I think it's like an issue in Malaysia, but also many big cities.
So calculate a little bit more travel time then.
Yeah, you have to plan a couple, at least 1 hour, maybe more.
What's the best experience that happened to you?
A very nice museum in Georgetown in Penang. The girl who made the visit was really nice. She explained everything to me. The Nyonya culture, the Chinese culture from there is really nice, and she was really passionate about it, sharing about the traditional clothes, the food, the plates, everything, the decoration. She was.
Do you remember the name of the museum?
Straight Oriental Museum.
Traveling alone in Malaysia, have you ever felt lonely, or is it easy to mingle, or how do you go?
It was easy. The hostels are really nice. Sometimes they have activities like a street food tour with the other people at the hostel. Depends the activity they plan. There was also others that I didn't do, but you can also do hike together. Many hostels here. It's a hostel culture is really strong, and
that's good to know.
At least in the cities. If you come in as a backpacker from other South Asian countries, it's a little bit more expensive than say Thailand or Indonesia. It's still cheap compared to Europe and such. It's definitely more expensive. I feel like it's more developed country as well. I don't know. Richer country.
When are you leaving?
Like a few hours, The plane in 4 hours.
And where are you going?
Back to France, End of the holiday.
Actually, forgot to ask you, because you've been traveling throughout Southeast Asia?
Before I traveled,
Which countries can you name?
Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Philippines, Indonesia.
If you have to pick one favorite country, which country would you take? Would you choose?
Indonesia for me. Indonesia, the islands, the diving, the nature, the volcanoes, the food, everything. I really like Indonesia.
Okay, and people know Bali, and most of the people don't know anywhere else. Have you?
I've not been to Bali actually, but Sulawesi is really nice. Komodo, Flores, Maluku, and Sumatra I've tried, and everything was really nice. As a backpacker, it's really nice destination, a lot of adventures, a lot of crazy trips. The travel takes a long time. Sometimes you have to be patient, maybe plan a lot of time there, and it's a really, really beautiful country.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much.
I recommend Indonesia, yeah.
Yeah. Do you recommend Malaysia?
Yeah, for sure, as well. Yeah. I was surprised. The food and the culture were really, really nice.
These were the pros and cons of being in Malaysia right now. Do you have experience in Malaysia? Please share your experiences down in the comments. Thank you all for watching till the very end. I'd like to say from the capital city of Malaysia, bye for now and stay champ!